there.
I'm so psyched.
It's a good one, too. I hope nobody fucks up before the fight. They almost got in a brawl this past weekend.
You should check out that show, the
Hurt Business.
The Hurt Business.
This past weekend, Daniel Cormier hit John Jones in the face with a water bottle at a press conference.
I saw that on TMZ.
And John tried to chuck one at him, and they almost brawled. And
What's up with the water bottles at the press conferences?
Well, now they drain the Monster Energy cans. So when you see those Monster Energy drinks that are sitting there on the dais, those are fake. They're real Monster Energy drinks, but they have to drink them all or empty them out before they get up there.
Right. Dude, it's so exciting.
Oh, it's so exciting.
And just this John Jones, that was so interesting, that press conference where John Jones is talking all positive, like, no, I want to show that you can get back on your feet, and you know, and this, and then Cormier says, wait, hold on a second, backstage you told me I'm the biggest pussy you ever saw. Yeah. And then that was fascinating the way that played out. Well,
John is starting to come clean now, trying to be more of himself. This past weekend, they had a press conference.
And he said that he was fucking doing cocaine all weekend long before he beat him.
Well, Daniel Cormier said, Daniel was talking all this shit. Well, is this fight even going to happen? Who knows? If John gets caught doing cocaine or sandblasting a prostitute.
What is sandblasting a prostitute?
I don't know, but it's hilarious. It's a hilarious term. Daniel's funny, man. I did commentary with him this past weekend. He's
I saw that too.
He's a funny fucking dude, man. He's
funny. Saw that on your IG story.
Yeah. And so anyway, when John said that, I beat you after I did cocaine for a weekend. Everybody was like, "Oh shit!" Right. It's like, I like that John is being himself. That'll serve him better than all this fake.
Right, it's fake. Shit. Like I'm just a good guy and I want to be uplifting.
Yeah. Well, he does want to be uplifting too, but when it comes to like actual fighting, he's a fucking straight up killer. John Jones is a killer. I mean, you don't get to be the youngest ever UFC champion if you're not a killer. He showed up. He fought Mauricio Shogun Rua in his UFC title fight, who was like a legend in Brazil. His opening move was a flying knee. He threw a flying knee on Mauricio Shogun Rua. That is just crazy. I mean, you have to be such a gangster to even think about doing that to a guy like, you're not feeling him out. He just leaped in and threw a fucking flying knee at Shogun's face and caught him and beat his ass and stopped him when he was like 22. Won the world title. It was bananas. You know, John was something special and still is. But it's gonna, it's gonna be a long, tough fight with him and Cormier this time, I think. It's gonna be fun.
I can't wait, dude.
You're gonna be there.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I just hope the card doesn't fall apart. You know, cards fall apart. It's so hard to get through a camp without getting injured. Like, we're in danger of losing T.J. Dillashaw versus Cody Garbrandt for the bantamweight title.
Cody Garbrandt.
Cody Garbrandt right now is in Germany, getting some shit done to his back. He's he's getting Regenikine done on his back to deal with a bulging disc that's been bothering him.
After that last fight, where I followed him on Twitter, Cody, and then he followed me back.
Oh, that's cool. That's dope.
Such a strikingly handsome guy.
He's very handsome, beautiful man. Bad motherfucker too.
Yeah.
Bad
Fuck,
motherfucker.
That was the best fight of that night.
Dominic Cruz, him and Dominic Cruz. Yeah. Well, not only that, but I mean, he's fighting a guy who was consensus top 2 or 3 pound-for-pound fighter in the world in Dominic Cruz, and he still lit him up. Yeah, that's a big fight.
And the bravado there.
Yeah,
Fun to watch.
Oh, yeah, he was breakdancing and shit, improvising after he dropped him and knocked him down. He was, like, posing.
Right.
Yeah.
He could have finished him, but he was too busy dancing.
I don't know about that. I mean, if he thought he could have finished him, he would have tried to finish him. He realized that Dom was hurt and stunned. He wanted to humiliate him. He wanted to fuck with his head because Dominic Cruz's whole game, a big part of it was getting inside your head. But he fucked with the wrong guy because Cody grew up getting fucked with. So, like, you start fucking with him, he's like, oh, I'm home here. Like, I like fucking with people. Come on, fuck with me, I'll fuck with you. Like, if you want to be, like, reasonable and respectful, he'll be respectful. Cody will be respectful. But if you want to talk shit to him, oh, he's a black belt in talking shit. So it's like Dominic Cruz just kind of bit off more than he could chew when it came to the shit talking and really fired Cody up. So when Cody dropped him and then started posing him, like, then Dominic has to kind of get it back, and he couldn't get it back, so he got kind of a little bit out of his, his comfort level. So there's a fascinating aspect of fighting, the trash talking and the mental warfare.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot to it. Don't ever do that, dude. Don't ever let anybody talk you into doing that. I know Johnny Knoxville, he did that boxing match with Butterbean. Oh, that was so hard to watch.
Yeah, it was terrible.
How bad was he fucked up after that fight?
That's not the worst for Knoxville.
What is he doing these days?
Right now he's filming a movie in South Africa based on a true story about an amusement park in New Jersey called Action Park, which was notoriously the most dangerous amusement park. Like, lots of people died on their rides. There was everybody that worked there was intoxicated and fucked up while they were working, and they called it Class Action Park. And and so he's making a comedy movie about the guy who ran that park, and it's set in New Jersey, but they're filming it in South Africa.
They're filming a lot of shit in South Africa.
It's so cheap to film in South Africa. So they're building a whole fucking thing.
Russell Peters just got back from South Africa. He was filming a new show for Netflix called The Indian Detective. And he's filming it in South Africa, I think, for the same reasons. They just film a lot of stuff in South Africa now because of that?
It's so cheap there.
Really?
Yeah. I remember being there. When we went out there for Wild Boys.
Is it dangerous?
Johannesburg is the carjacking capital of the world.
Whoa.
Which we thought was hilarious. We were jacking off in cars the whole time.
Carjacking capital of the world. I thought it was Camden, New Jersey. Wasn't there like a movie on that, like Drive? Wasn't there a movie about carjacking in Camden? I feel like Camden, New Jersey.
But what do they say? Cape Town is a first world city and a third world country, I think is how they just...
Oh, that makes sense.
So...
and Johannesburg is more...
Johannesburg, I think, is a little gnarlier. It's more kind of Lebanon kind of deal.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, I don't know. That was the impression I got. It was creepier.
I want to go to Africa, but I'm scared of malaria.
So funny. I used to... dump out my malaria pills and fill up the bottle with Xanax.
What?
Yeah.
You weren't worried about malaria?
Nah, cool, because the malaria pills give you like terrible nightmares or...
Yeah, I heard. You get crazy hallucinations.
Yeah, like I didn't like the experience of malaria pills. So
what did it do for you? Gave you nightmares?
Yeah, it gave me fucked up nightmares if I remember right. I didn't... And I was like, oh, well, I can bring tons of pills and just put them in the wrong bottle.
And if you get malaria, then what?
Oh, I don't know. That was another thing, man, that when I was a kid at the American school in London, like in 8th grade, we went on a field trip to Egypt. And they told us